I don't know what it was about week one that the first week we did this, the week 2 picks, and I was like, easy, easy, easy. And then last week was like, oh man, that was just a rough week. And I think every week is just like that now. It's tough out there, but I was 7-9 last week, and a couple things we got to update you with for our locks of the week, or our listen to what Will says for his lock of the week and do the exact opposite of the week.
Paid
We're
Will.
making it worth 2, so it's 2 wins if it hits, and it's 2 losses if it doesn't, and so that way it's worth a little bit more. And we also talked about the repercussions for losing and what the winner gets at the end of the year. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, are we going with the jersey thing? That's what we decided. I think it's probably the better thing we talked about.
Yeah, I think I was thinking hat or something, but I think jersey's right in the wheelhouse where it'll sting to not get it, and then it'll be real. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
too crazy or anything. So I think we
Cool.
should do that. I think it's a good idea.
All right, sounds good. So whoever loses is getting the winner a jersey. It's gonna be their choice, I assume. The winners
Yeah,
probably.
jersey of their choice, and it's funny. I was actually thinking about this today. I was like, probably a football jersey though, but it says jersey
It
of your
should.
choice, so you
All
can
right,
do whatever you want. I guess
I should probably go football in either way.
probably even NFL. All
Yeah.
right, dude, how did you do last week?
So with our new rules for the lock of the week, I went 7-9. That being said, I did get the extra point because my lock of the week did hit. So with you also going 7-9, that means you did better than me by what, 3 games? 2, 3.
Yeah, but hey, man, at the end of the day, 7 points is 7 points. So I didn't do any better than you because
Yeah.
your lock of the week should be like the one you feel confident about, and I haven't got one right yet. So we both went 7-9.
Those Vikings are out to get you.
They're probably gonna get me again this week, and we'll get to it. But I don't, we'll get to it. All right, let's start right off, and how about you start? And I'm not watching the game right now, but I've heard it's a sloppy disaster. So let's just start in with Broncos Jets.
All right. So right now it's in the third quarter. Denver's up 24-16, and so I had Denver covering. I had them at 1.5 point underdogs against the Jets.
Yep.
That was driving. I had 1.5 point underdogs, and I had them winning 17-14. I wasn't gonna expect a lot of points from no-name quarterback in Denver and Michael Vick apparently over in New York. But right now it's 24-16, so they're scoring more points than I thought they would. And Denver's covering. So are we gonna count this one or no? I don't know.
Yeah, no, we should cover it because we as long as you lock in your pick and you write down your score before the game starts, I think we should.
Cool. All right. I trust you.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
So I picked. To be fair, though, this is the honest to goodness truth. I wrote down their score at 5:15, and kickoff said 5:20. But I swear to you, I got it in beforehand. And I also agree. I have the Broncos covering as an outright winner, as a 1.5 point underdog. I also have them winning by 3. And I also have it a low scoring game. Broncos 20, Jets 17.
Oh, close.
Are we still on for if we pick the identical score that we have to place a real life bet with real life money?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I'm in.
It's gonna be the worst game too.
I know. It's gonna be the game. It's gonna be like an irrelevant game that neither of us care about, that we don't even feel comfortable with. Like, yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right.
Go ahead. So next up on my list, get right into it. Bills at Raiders. Bills are a 3-point favorite in the new stadium there in Las Vegas.
Afternoon game too, right?
I don't know, and I don't have my backup phone to check.
There's 2 afternoon games. There's only 2 afternoon games this week, and it's New England, Kansas. Oh, no. Yeah, New England, Kansas City, and Buffalo and Vegas. I'm pretty sure.
I might actually get that game. I need to check.
Yeah, well, there's only 2, so I hope so. If not, you have really bad luck.
That would be unfortunate.
Let's see. Yep, 4:25.
Okay. I watched the we can talk about it a little if you want, but I watched the Bills-Rams game, and we were in the middle of moving. We just moved in. You'll notice the new podcast studio, you know. But I found my old TV from high school, which is about this big, and it was in the bedroom. And I have an analog regular like antenna, right? And I got a ladder and I just threw it on my roof, like it was just resting on the shingles. And I got the game, and I watched it sitting on the floor. So it was a nice little break from moving because I had a 4-day weekend and all I did was move. So it was good to be able to watch them. Hopefully I'll be able to watch them again this week. And I am taking the Bills to cover. I hate to be a broken record, but I think it's going to be a close game. But I do think the Bills are the better team, but they're going to be on the road. They're coming off with some injuries. The defense got banged up both injury-wise and like they got banged up stats-wise last week against the Rams. But I'm taking the Bills to cover. Bills 30, Raiders 23.
Okay, I definitely think the Bills are the better team. Last week, we were talking about the Raiders. I said, is this the Raiders? This is going to be, are the Raiders good game? They played. I still don't know if they're good. Honestly, I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know if they're good either. I don't know if they're good either.
Now switching back and forth. I was watching the Rams game last week, and if Buffalo comes out and plays in the first half the way they played against the Rams, there's no way the Raiders keep up. I have them covering them 24-17. Buffalo.
Okay.
Boom. What was your score? I didn't catch it.
Bills 30, Raiders 23.
Okay. Yeah, that's about right. All right. I'll start at the top of mine. Where are you talking about this one? Indianapolis in Chicago. Two Titans of the game right now. Two dominant teams. The 3-0 Chicago Bears against the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts, who just for some reason just destroying people.
I know.
I don't know what's going on there, but I think Chicago's record is better than their team. I don't have faith in Nick Foles. I don't think he's very good, and he's an Arizona alumni. I like him. I like him as a person. He's a nice guy.
Edit that out. You have friends who watch this.
I probably should. I don't think he's a good quarterback. He has moments of just absolute greatness, but the majority of the time that he plays football, he's very average. I have Indianapolis covering. I have him as a 2-point favorites, and I have him covering 27-21.
I agree with your assessment on the Bears. They're, I think, the odds makers because the Colts are on the road and they're favorite. So I think everyone kind of agrees that the Bears' record is better than they are. And I think Nick Foles and the Bears' offense is going to have a tough time getting going against the Colts' defense, which has been playing lights out. The Colts, it's the Jets, so.
I don't mean to interrupt, but Tatis Jr. just hit a 3-run homer. Padres are up 9-6. Boom. Keep going.
What inning is it?
Bottom of the 7th.
Oh my gosh, I would love to see them go to the World Series in the National League. You asked me who I was cheering for earlier, and I was pretty upset. And I kind of don't want to talk about baseball for like 5 years because the Reds went 22 innings without scoring a run. But yeah, I'll probably be pulling for San Diego, but they can't get themselves eliminated tonight. So, like I said, I think the Bears offense is going to have a tough time getting going. The Colts defense outscored the Jets offense last week. And I'm taking the Colts -2, Colts 24, Bears 18.
Boom.
Okay. Next up, Jaguars at Cincinnati. Jaguars are a 3-point underdog. I don't really know what to think about them either. The only thing I feel like I know about this game is that the Bengals defense isn't very good. And last week they didn't look that bad, but they were also playing the Eagles, who are just like the world's biggest disappointment, minus the Vikings. So I'm taking the Jaguars to win this game outright and to win it big. Jaguars 31, Bengals 17.
Wow. All right. I think the Jaguars are very bad. I've been watching a lot of Jaguars games. I live in Jacksonville now, the Jacksonville area, so like it's all over the place. I listen to their sports radio in the morning and stuff.
Dude,
and it's
I've
super
always,
biased.
everywhere I've moved, I've always done that. I've always been like, I'm listening to Broncos sports talk now. And then for, 4 years, I listened to hours of Seahawks radio.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're making me swing more, like just because I get so annoyed with them talking about like how good they could possibly be that I'm like they're not. So stop talking about how
Dude,
good
that's
they are
why I
because
hate
they're
the
bad.
Broncos now.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to hate the Jaguars, which I've never even minded the Jaguars. But I have them. Yep, I have Cincinnati as a 3-point favorite. I got them covering, winning 23, Cincinnati, Jacksonville 19. Weird
That's
score
good.
of the week, 19. Missed field goal.
That's
Count
your
it.
weird score of the week.
19's pretty weird, right?
All right, what's next?
Cleveland in Dallas. Cleveland's a 4.5-point underdog. They're playing away. Dallas is gonna win this. And I don't think it's gonna be close. I have them winning 33-17. Their offense is just too good. I think Cleveland scores points. They score 17 because Dallas's defense is also very bad. But I don't think I don't think Cleveland's gonna stop Dallas's offense once. I don't think they're gonna do it.
I agree. I think the Cowboys, they're kind of an enigma, but I think at the end of the year when we look back, we'll be like, okay, the Cowboys were good. I think they're good. And I'm taking the Cowboys to win and cover. Cowboys 28, Browns 21. All right, next up, I got Saints at Detroit. So the Lions actually won a game last week. Matthew Stafford at home usually does pretty well, except I guess when they're playing the Bears in week 2. I don't know what to think about this game. All I know, this is what I think about this game. Drew Brees has lost a little bit, and the Saints are on the road. So I'm taking the Lions +4. I think the Saints win the game, but the Lions will actually sneak in there and get the +4. So give me Saints 30, Lions 27.
Well, this is it, boys. I've got the Saints 30, Lions 27.
No,
Underdog.
you don't. Are you serious? Wow. I didn't think it would happen when we're picking an underdog like that either.
I got the dog, dude. Here's the thing.
I can't believe it.
I
Now
completely agree.
we have to learn how to gamble.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do it, but we gotta figure it out.
We have to
Gotta do
hire
it
a
now.
bookie off Craigslist, like you said. What's
Hopefully,
happening?
I agree with you. Drew Brees has lost his arm, but he doesn't need to. He's throwing, screen passes to Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara is just running it 60 yards and scoring. So it doesn't even matter that he doesn't have an arm. I think Michael Thomas is back this week. He's questionable right now, but I think he's back, which that'll make a big difference because he's a playmaker. But I like Detroit's offense. I think they garbage time touchdown puts it at 27.
That's
They cover.
exactly what I'm saying. Wow. All right.
Well,
Well, there
we'll
you
figure
have
it
it.
out. Google how to gamble real money.
Who to give money to place bet? Please take money. We also have to talk how much we're betting, but I guess we'll talk about that off air.
All right.
One mortgage payment, only one.
It would happen the one time when you're betting money. We're betting on the Detroit Lions.
We're betting on the Lions to not lose by more than 4 points. Yeah, you were right. We talked about it like 4 minutes ago, and you're right. You're right.
All right. Seattle, Miami is the next game I have.
Oh, boy.
Seattle's a 6-point favorite. Seattle is very good. Russell Wilson's having an MVP caliber season. 35-13 Seattle.
Seattle is really good. Totally agree with you about Russell Wilson. We haven't discussed it, but this is clearly turning into a Russell Wilson appreciation podcast. We talk about it every week. But Seahawks are a great team. They know they're gonna win. Okay. They're on the road. They're gonna let the foot off the gas a little bit in the fourth quarter when they're up 10, 11 points. I'm seeing some Fitzpatrick garbage time stat stuff. Give me the Dolphins +6. But there's no chance they win the game. Seahawks 31, Dolphins 26.
Don't get me wrong. I want Miami to win the game. Let that on the record. Any NFC West team, I need every loss I can take because that division's tough. But
Yeah, for sure.
I don't see it.
I don't either. All right, I have Chargers at Buccaneers. I think Tyrod Taylor's playing again because Anthony Lynn is like, when he can go, he's our quarterback and blah, blah, blah. And he probably should just move on because no offense to Tyrod Taylor, but like everyone knows who he is and he's been the same person for a very, very long time and he doesn't push the ball down the field and he kind of is very conservative and they don't score a lot of points. Tom Brady at home, I think, won't have much of a problem with this. The Bucs are favored by a touchdown and extra point, but I will take the Bucs -7 to cover. Chargers 16, Buccaneers 27.
I have the Chargers covering as well. I have the Chargers +7, 19, 24. I think Tom Brady's finding it. You bet the Bucs?
Yeah.
Oh, 20. Yeah, that was true. Oh, well, I got the Chargers covering. I think Tom Brady's finding his rhythm. I don't think that team is good enough. I think Godwin's out this week. I'm pretty sure he's going to be placed on the IR, and that's not good for him. That's Evans is having a monster season. He came back from the injury, he's doing well, but I don't think they're gonna outscore anybody by a crazy amount. So I have them Chargers covering 19-24. Boom.
You got another 19, huh?
I like that number.
You're
My number of the week.
this week.
Last week I went with like 26 a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I was doing 10-point differences last week a whole bunch of times, and I caught myself. I'm like, that's my third 10-point game.
Yep.
All right. Baltimore in Washington. Ravens coming off a tough loss to Kansas City. So Kansas City pretty much laid out the blueprint to how to slow down, not stop, but how to slow down Baltimore's offense, and that's it was obvious, make him pass the ball, right? I think good teams can do that, and they can slow down Baltimore's offense. I don't think the Washington football team can. I have the Ravens as a 13-point favorite, which is a lot.
It's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. I was covering 28-12.
Oh, man. All right, so a couple quick thoughts.
I like these big ones. I figured if it's a score this big, Vegas is sure about it, so I'm in with them.
I don't know. Sure. Okay, couple quick thoughts. We had a discussion right here on this here podcast about kind of what I was saying about Lamar Jackson, of like, you're running for 1,000,000 yards against the Browns and the Washington football team, and you can do whatever you want. You can sling the ball around the Hollywood Brown, do whatever you want. But when it comes to like really good teams or playoff football, at the end of the day, running like the option doesn't win games. And so I was expressing that in our NFL preview show that Lamar Jackson's going to have to be able to step up and be a passer. And last week he was not. He had less than 100 yards passing, and he really struggled. And I think you're right. The blueprint is kind of out. And I also think you're right that Washington's not the team to take advantage of it. So I think Lamar Jackson's going to have 1 billion yards this week. And I think I want so badly to also agree with you with the cover, but 13 was just too much. It was just too much for me. So I stretched it as far as possible.
11
the
covered.
Ravens win by 12. Ravens 35, Washington 23. So give me Washington +13. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
11 covered last week.
I know. It covered like 3 times almost. So there's another big point spread coming up, and we'll get to that. So next I have Cardinals at Panthers. Also, last note on the Washington football team, I've picked them as underdogs to cover 3 weeks in a row, and they haven't yet. So I'm sticking to it for some reason. Cardinals at Panthers.
The spreads keep getting bigger, so eventually.
I know. We're bad at this. All right. I felt good about the Cardinals last week. I almost made them my lock of the week over the Lions. especially at home, I was like, the Lions defense is not going to stop Kyler Murray from running all over the place. And then they lost. Okay, the Cardinals aren't good, but they're gonna win like random games, like good games against good teams. But they're gonna finish 7-9, 8-8. They can't be good. They just lost at home to the Lions. But the Panthers aren't good either. And the Cardinals are only a 3-point favorite. And I'm going to say the Panthers are going to have a tough time again this week getting their offense actually going. So Cardinals 24, Panthers 16. I'm taking Cardinals -3.
All right. I agree with you. I didn't see Arizona losing to Detroit. I had them winning big last week,
Me too.
but they didn't look good. All right.
No.
Carolina's not good either, but I think they get the running game going. I think it's going to be a bad game. I think Arizona's. I don't know. Arizona plays. They can break off a couple of big plays, but I think they could be. I think Carolina can slow them down. However, I have Carolina winning outright. 26-23, Carolina +3.
Nothing would surprise me.
It's at home. Arizona is going all the way to the East Coast. I like Carolina's chances there.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
That's my dog. Underdog of the week right there, dude. Everything is of the week when you're talking about football, so it's pretty cool. You can just say of the week at the end of any sentence, and then you're good.
Yep.
All right. Your favorite team? The Minnesota Vikings in Houston. I think points are going to be scored in this game. Houston -3.5 points at home. I have them covering 28-21. Boom. I don't trust
Houston
Minnesota.
disappointed me last week. I thought they would actually get they played the Ravens and the Chiefs to start the year. Really tough schedule. I thought they were going to come out against the Steelers, who are also a good team, but actually put up a good showing. I picked them last week. They let me down. They didn't win. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to take the Vikings +3.5. Not because I think the Vikings are good. I hate them so much. But the Texans, they let me down too. So I have the Texans winning 27, Vikings 24. But the Vikings get the 3.5 points there, I guess.
You're 0-2 right now with the Vikings against the spread, right?
Yeah, I'm 0-2 with the Vikings, and I'm 0-2 with the Washington football team.
All right. I like it.
I wish we could have a game you don't want to pick of the week, and we could just throw one out.
That's the one you make your lock of the week, dude.
I know, it usually is. All right. Okay, let's do the other massive point spread. Giants at Rams. So the way the Rams came back last week and lost the game at the very end, I think they're feeling good about themselves. I don't really believe in moral victories, but I also kind of believe in moral victories. You know what I mean? It's a loss on paper, but I think that now they're like, okay, we're never out of it. We can beat anybody type of thing. And I think the Giants are just so bad. And I think the Rams are going to really get their stuff together this week, run the ball all game super effectively. And I think they're going to win big by 20. Rams 33, Giants 13. The Rams cover the massive 12.5 point spread.
Yeah. All right. I completely agree. I also don't believe in moral victories, but as far as they go, this is about as close as it's going to get. I mean, the Rams look good in the second half. Whatever that happened at halftime, whatever halftime adjustments were made.
It's Michael's special stuff, dude. Just like Space Jam.
Well, I think Sean McVay, he was feeling it in the second half. He figured out what to do on offense. He figured out the Bills' defense, and the Giants are nowhere near the caliber of the team the Bills are. I have the Rams 33, the Giants 10.
Oh my gosh, that was close too. We almost made a bet that we would have actually enjoyed instead of the Lions.
I have been covering big at home. And they're wearing, I don't know if you saw my tweets, but I was pretty excited about it. They're wearing the yellow pants with the blue top instead of the ugly blue on blue. Yellow pants, blue tops. I'll send you a tweet. It looks cool. All
Send it
right.
to me. The Bills are wearing real quick. They're wearing white tops, blue pants, which I don't mind. And then I found out when they announced that on their Twitter, I was reading through the comments. Apparently, the whole fan base just like hates that combination. And I was like, they've worn white on white 2 out of the 3 games. Like, well, throw some blue in. You guys are being ridiculous. But anyway,
Whatever. New England. I like this game. This is gonna be one of the games that I'm most excited to watch this week. New England in Kansas City. Kansas City's gonna have their like 40 fans there. It's gonna be loud. Kansas City 7-point favorite at home. How do you feel about New England? I don't know what to think of them anymore.
I think they're good.
I think they're good too, and I think what scares me is that, well, I guess it's Bill Belichick. He's the one that scares me because they can do it all. There's like against Seattle, they threw the ball very
Yep.
well, a million yards, and then when they need to, they just run the ball.
Yeah, because they came out against the Dolphins and Cam had 155 yards, and they're like, "Oh, so he does suck." And then he came out next week and he had like 270, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Like I think they're good.
I think they're good too. However, I think Kansas City's better. I think that offense, there's too many weapons. You're not going to stop them from scoring any less than 24 points on any given night. I have Kansas City winning 27-24, New England +7.
I feel like every week I have whichever team was the home team, I would pick them game, and this is that for me this week. So Patriots being a 7-point underdog is a little surprising to me. I think that's way too many points. I do have the Chiefs winning, but I have them winning by a point. Chiefs 30, Patriots 29. Taking the Patriots +7. Okay, in my coin toss of the week, Eagles at 49ers. Eagles are a 7-point underdog. I think Doug Peterson's a really good coach. Okay.
Every week.
I had to bring that up. There's no way they lose again. I didn't see much of the game last week, but like I mentioned earlier, I don't think the Bengals have a good defense, and Carson Wentz struggled again. Logan Wilson of University of Wyoming fame had an interception, which was cool to see last week. Shout out sophomore year science chemistry lab partner. And I think the 49ers are going to win because I don't think the Eagles are good, but I think the Eagles being a 7-point underdog is too much. So I'm taking 49ers 23, Eagles 17, in another kind of blah, low-scoring game.
The Eagles are so bad. I watched a lot of that game just because it was like in overtime and I wanted to see it, and it didn't look good.
Why are they so bad?
I don't know what's going on. Carson Wentz having a very bad year.
He's bad.
I follow a bunch of like weird analytics Twitter, like NFL analytics Twitter pages, and they're all like, "Look at how bad Carson Wentz is," and like he has like a 60 percent accuracy, like in a clean pocket. It's like the worst of like he's horrible.
It's too bad. I like him too.
San Francisco, on the other hand, I think they're the better team, but they have so many injuries. That's hard to watch too. But I have them winning at home, 21-13, covering the 7-point spread. I don't see them losing to the Eagles by any less than a touchdown. Or beating the Eagles by any less than a touchdown, sorry.
Can't argue that either.
Yeah. All right. Boom. You want to see some points? You want to watch this game. Atlanta at Green Bay. They're going to score so many points, I think. Who knows? Atlanta might just not. They might just not. But I think they will.
It's going to be 10-3 final.
I said this last week, but Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers on some kind of revenge tour. He's upset. He's throwing a fit, and by throwing a fit, he's having an MVP caliber season as well. Like, they always have you heard the narrative of like Russell Wilson's never gotten like an MVP vote? And it's like, well, every year that he has an awesome year, it's like, well, it was Patrick Mahomes' season, it was Lamar Jackson season. I think Russell was gonna get snubbed again because Aaron Rodgers is gonna have some crazy season this year. but I think Atlanta's going to score points. I think they're going to be close. I have Atlanta plus 7.5. Green Bay winning outright, 30-27.
I agree. High scoring game. I said last week I'm done picking against Aaron Rodgers. I'm sticking to that. Packers are 7.5-point favorites. I'm taking the Packers to cover the 7.5 points. Packers 34, Falcons 24 in a high scoring game that the Falcons just don't have as much ammo to keep up.
I always think the Falcons are going to be close. I never think they're going to win, but I always they're going to be right there, and they're going to do something dumb to throw it away, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you want to do the last game. I don't know when it's going to happen. So big news.
When I looked it up, it said postponed, and they didn't even have a line listed, so I just said no.
Okay, cool. I had to go look at a different website for the line. I think ESPN had it at -2, so I wrote one down just in case, but I don't think we should do it either because I have no idea when it's going to happen. Yeah. It'll be completely different by then.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they say when they're going to do it?
They were talking about doing it on Monday.
Yeah, I heard the first Monday night game or whatever.
Yeah, it would have been at 5 o'clock. It would have been awesome for the East Coast. But then they said, nah, never mind, and now it's postponed until forever. Because I think another person tested positive in Tennessee, so they're like, well, screw it, and they're gonna wait. But yeah, those are my picks for the week. I'll let you start. Lock of the week, dude. Here's the thing.
All right, everyone get their wallets out and do exactly what I say, but the opposite. Okay. My lock of the week. The first week we did lock of the week, I picked against this team foolishly because I had faith in Kirk Cousins for some reason. So I'm going with my lock of the week. It's Colts -2, and here's why. Because the Colts are winning that game. And 2 points isn't that much. So they're going to do it. Lock of the week. The 2-point special. Getting above 500 overall in the season. Colts -2. Lock of the week.
I like it. Like I said, I don't like Nick Foles, but Nick Foles is probably gonna have one of those awesome games just because you made it your lock of the week. So
I know. Sorry, I have a lot of Colts fans friends, so I would like to apologize in advance.
At least last week you got the winner right.
Yeah.
The Vikings just decided
by a point.
By a point.
I was so pissed watching those score the whole game. I was like, I've never cheered more for the Titans in my life.
All right. So I had two that I was pretty much stuck between and ended up being my backup. So I was between Seattle and Miami and the Rams over the Giants. I'm going to pick Seattle because the spread on the Rams is so big. I don't want to make that my lock on such a big spread. But I have Seattle -6 over Miami. Like I said before, I don't see Seattle winning by anything less than a touchdown in this game. If they only win by 7, I'll be surprised. So
the thing is, dude, they're gonna get up like 17, and then they're just gonna cruise control it because they're like East Coast, and they're just like, let's get out of here.
We're in Miami. Gotta go out tonight.
Yeah, they're already planning on which club they're gonna go to afterwards, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is gonna lead them to a 5-point loss. We'll see.
Well, I hope not. I hope Seattle covers because I'm already bad at this, so I depend on this lock of the week to keep it close.
So, yeah. All right.
Those are our picks, and I guess we'll update everyone on whether or not we figure out how to gamble so that we could bet on the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, wish us luck because we will need it for sure.
Of all the teams, I never thought like when I'm like, I want to start betting on teams. I never thought my first bet was gonna be on the Lions. No. Not in a million years, especially against the Saints.
I know. Come on, Matt Patricia, coach him up, buddy. All right, I'll talk to you
All
next
right,
week.
man. Yep, sure. Later.